You're about to see what can happen when you spend any amount of quality time with Zach Galifianakis. With Hangover 3 on the way, it's released next Thursday, you're about to see a lot more of him. We got more of him than we bargained for, and we are still recovering from our time spent with him. There's a lot there. This is a complex individual, as funny as anyone alive today. He is very definitely the sum of his many parts, and he brings all of it to the various parts he has played. When interviewing Zach Galifianakis, it helps if you've ever raised an 8-year-old child.
You going to do another turn?
Well, I think I do that just so the viewer will be entertained by something.
Though as an adult, he has specific instructions on how much of the interview should air.
Less is more with me. Do a couple of jokes and then get out, because don't do a long piece, because people turn it off. I'm telling you, they'll turn it off when they see it.
Because that's a risk we're willing to take, we begin with his life story. Second-generation Greek, born and raised in North Carolina, where his Uncle Nick was a 3-term member of the House of Representatives. Yes, that means there was a Galifianakis in Congress. Traces of the early Zach can still be found on True Calling, Corky Romano, a VH1 talk show with a yellow stripe across his chest, Reno 911, the HBO series Bored to Death, and many more. Many viewers first discovered him as part of the traveling ensemble Comedians of Comedy.
I'm more of a sucker for the word, you know, the spoken word of comedy. And physical comedy for me.
He is married to Quinn Lundberg, co-founder of Growing Voices, a nonprofit helping the needy in both North Carolina and Africa. And he has traveled there often. And here's where he gets different from others. There are no pictures, no video. He doesn't do it for that. Zach and his wife live on a farm in North Carolina, which we got to see only in a video he made for Kanye West.
I have donkeys. I have blueberries.
But enough about your Brooklyn apartment. I asked about North Carolina.
In North Carolina, I have 3 donkeys. I've named 2 of them, but I haven't gotten around to the 3rd one yet. But I've only had him for a couple months. We have blueberries, grapes, apple trees, and, crystal meth lab.
And if those stories of idyllic backcountry North Carolina conjure up a certain TV image, in fact, that song played a big role in his career when the man who whistled it came to Zach's school assembly.
And the guy whistled, and I remember thinking in 6th grade, oh, he didn't have to bring anything to work. He just showed up. And I remember being affected by that whistler, thinking, oh, that's I could maybe try to do something like that with my life. But not whistling, but telling diarrhea jokes.
When he's home in North Carolina, he goes all in, full immersion, from chewing tobacco to chainsaws. His farm is the anti-Hollywood, and so is he.
It's not for me. I'm not into that scene. I'm into doing my job, and that's it. I'm not into that horse. It's so stupid. It's all so dumb. You know? It's so weird to me.
A highlight of our conversation came early on when his movie publicist from the studio arrived late.
Who? Oh, tell him to leave.
He ultimately relented.
Come on in, guys. Welcome.
It's all right.
Back to Zach, he is a very private, very reluctant celebrity in a culture where everyone carries a camera and wants a picture.
Sometimes I'll say, you know what, I'm real shy about pictures. I'd love to sign something, write you a note. No, thanks. Just walk away. It's not like they are interested in chatting or talking. They just want to text their friends, oh, I met that fat dude.
Right?
Do you know what I mean? And it's all about them. It's not about you.
So you didn't get into this so you could be well known. I think civilians look at entertainers and think, well, you made this bargain. You wanted to be an entertainer.
Yeah, I think I would have changed my last name to make it a little bit more marketable.
Streamline it a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, if I've always wanted to have my name up in lights, I would have changed it to Don't Walk.
While he credits his stylist and his beardist with his personal look, Remaining anonymous and not standing out has become difficult of late because he's the instantly recognizable star of the Hangover movies.
You actually gonna wear that? You guys just with me.
It's where I keep all my things. Get a lot of compliments on this. Plus, it's not a man purse. It's called a satchel. Indiana Jones wears one. There's a lot of making fun of each other constantly. And I think I'm probably the brunt of it, to be honest. But it's all like good-natured ribbing.
Bradley Cooper seems like he would be the natural target, especially now.
Oh, Precious? That's what we
I'm
call
talking
him.
about.
Yeah.
Promoting a Hangover film usually means hosting SNL, and as guest hosts go, he's palpably more dangerous, more live material, borrowing from his stand-up act.
Here's something you'll never see in Braille. If you see something, say something.
He will do almost anything in the pursuit of comedy. He famously shaved his beard for one sketch on SNL, then showed up with a fake beard for the next segment. By the end of another show, he'd sacrificed half his hair.
Unfortunately, we did not get to the Mr. T sketch.
Zach's side job is an ongoing project for the website Funny or Die. It's a takedown of every bad celebrity interviewer and every bad interview ever conducted.
You played in a movie called The Hunger Games.
Yeah, isn't that your life story?
You shouldn't say that. That's off-putting.
You should be off-putting.
Between Two Ferns is just that. He's interviewed the greats and near greats with spectacular on-screen misspellings and simulated violence. Our version took place on the small and stiflingly hot improv stage at New York's Upright Citizens Brigade. And we should point out our interview went almost 2 hours and featured highlights like these.
When I was in the joint, that was an expression for some.
That's good.
You wore tweed.
It's cold outside. And plus, it's my only blazer.
This is a lightweight poplin.
We'll be right back with the world's worst bragger. I don't know where this is made. You like mouth breathing? Can I guest host the news? Is that...
No.
This is the longest conversation I've had with anyone in like 7 years. And it's going to be on TV?
Not any of this.
Back in the other room, we thought it was a good time to ask about his reputation as an enthusiast of what he appeared to light up on national television.
What's the importance of weed in your life?
I don't want to be known as that thing.
I think that has left the barn.
I don't think, if someone were to say to me, you have a choice of picking two vices for your country, the choices are pot or alcohol, I would have to pick marijuana because it doesn't cause the problems that alcohol causes. It's not to say that it doesn't, have it's some negative effects. I'm not saying that. And I'm not, when people think of marijuana, I think they think of, hey, dude, that kind of, it shouldn't
exactly
be that.
what
You
I
don't.
think of.
I know you do. But by the way, I got your text. I don't smoke pot anymore.
And that's pretty much it. As the 2-hour mark approached, it was time for him to take another spin
Oh, good. One more lap.
and time to say goodbye.
Do you have anything else?
No, I have nothing to add, but I want to thank you, and thank you to the National Broadcasting Company for letting me come on and tell my fascinating story.
So formal, so official. One more word about Zach's life on the farm. He doesn't own a television there. What he watches, he sees on his computer, and his favorite show is Frontline on PBS. Just throw that onto the pile of Zach's personality profile.